Hi, everybody. Remember, be sure to get your room set up before you start any of the games. Remember to always bring your best effort. Remember to have your music ready because that's going to pump you up when you're playing. And remember, you have a timer with you, a human timer or a stopwatch, something that's going to make you want to get faster and faster when we play these games. Also, once you learn the game, make sure you ditch the screen and go and play the game over and over again. This one, all you're going to need is 3 socks to start. This one's called Sock Mission Impossible. Now this is a 2-person game, so you're going to need somebody else to play with you. The game starts like this. You're going to have one person who sits over facing the wall so that they can't see what's going on behind them. The second person is going to start somewhere far away from you. They're going to be on their tummies. When the person facing the wall says go, the person on their tummy starts to crawl. Now they have to stay on their tummy. If you want to make it even harder, you can say they can't use their legs, so you could say they just have to crawl with their arms, but that's up to you. They're trying to crawl and get to the person on the wall and touch them. If they do, they get a point. Now while they're crawling, the person who's facing the wall is listening. The minute that that person says stop, the person who's crawling has to freeze. This person who's got the socks gets to look behind them one time to see where the crawling person is. Then, without looking again, they've got to try and throw the sock one at a time and try and hit the person who's crawling. If the person who's crawling gets hit, then the 2 people switch positions. If the person who's crawling doesn't get hit, then the person who threw the socks runs and collects the socks, goes back, and the crawler gets to keep going again. So here's what it looks like. I've got myself and Invisible Susan who's going to join me, which means you're not going to see her. So if I'm the person who's sitting at the wall, I get my 3 socks, I face the wall like this, I say on your mark, get set, go. The crawler is crawling. I say freeze. I look behind me to see where they are. Then I have to throw the sock over my head and try and hit them. Let's see. Oh, hooray, I hit Invisible Susan with one of my socks. That means we get the socks. Invisible Susan walks over here. She faces the wall. She has her 3 socks ready to go. I now get to crawl. So I go down on my tummy. I wait until Invisible Susan says go. Then I start to crawl. Invisible Susan says stop. She gets to look over her shoulder, see where I am. She starts throwing the socks, trying to hit me. If she does hit me, we switch roles. If she doesn't, I get to keep going. Now, if it's too easy with 3 socks, get rid of the 2 pairs and go down to only 1 sock. You can always change these games depending on who's playing to make it harder or easier. Just use your imagination, use your creativity, and remember, timer, best effort, get your music going, and remember to get rid of the screen when you're done and go play and have some fun.